Naruto lore can get kinda confusing, especially when you consider the fact that most people don't feel like watching Boruto in order to find out why everyone's a weird space ninja. So without further ado, here is Naruto lore for dummies. Now, if you want an explanation for everything that has to do with Naruto lore, basically go to the clan aka known as the Osukis. The Osukis are this hella powerful space ninja alien clan that basically likes to go around harvesting planets in order to absorb all their life energy in order to just take his powers. They're basically like an anime version of that one Marvel character known as Galactus who just eats planets just to eat them, but they just absorb them just to get the power of them and then go home. But the thing about the Osukis, right, was all these years ago before the series of Naruto began, right, there was this one girl in the clan known as Kaguya, and Kaguya went to the legendary chakra tree and she ate some of its forbidden fruit when she wasn't supposed to, on some Adam and Eve type stuff. And when she ate the fruit, right, she became the first person ever to wield chakra, like, in general, and she basically started solving all wars and basically helping out everybody and making sure everything was calm and peaceful, basically being the all-knowing and all-powerful person in the world. And she also had sons that were also born with chakra because she was the first person to ever wield chakra. After a while of Kaguya having all this chakra power and being regarded as the rabbit goddess, people basically started to hate her because she had too much power and it got to her head, so she started tweaking. So basically both of her sons were forced to go and pull up and handle their moms because she was going crazy with power. To cut to the chase, they basically sealed her and they basically went on to do their own separate things in order to spread chakra throughout the world. Hagoromo went on to teach people ninjutsu, which led to ninjutsu and the spread of shinobi throughout the world, right? So Hagoromo, after defeating Kaguya with his brother Hamura, right, he split off 10-tailed beasts that Kaguya had become and made it into 9 different beasts, making the new Jinchuriki of the shinobi world. And he also had 2 sons named Ashura and Indra. One son named Indra was the more powerful of the 2 sons, and he was hella like successful, and he was basically the one that was gonna be the son who was probably most expected to take over the legacy of ninjutsu throughout the world and be Hagoromo's successor. But much to everybody's surprise, when Hagoromo was about to die, instead of giving it to his more powerful son Indra, he gave it to his weaker son Ashura because he had a way better personality and he was way more determined, and the one that Hagoromo felt like would lead to a more peaceful ninja world. This led to a gigantic battle between Ashura and Indra because Indra was mad that he didn't get the power even though he was the more powerful out of him and his brother, and Hagoromo decided to choose his weaker brother instead. And this would begin basically a multiple generation and year war between both of the clans that Ashura and Indra started, known as the Senju and the Uchihas. Like, it got to the point that, like, both of the clans that Ashura and Indra started didn't even know why they were fighting. Like, you know how long you gotta fight somebody, like, a whole nation of people and not know why you're fighting? Like, that's a very long war to be started over a beef between brothers. And Ashura and Indra would be reincarnated because Ashura wanted to wish that he would continue fighting his brother through being reborn throughout different individuals in history, so that eventually one of the reincarnations of him and his brother could eventually become cool and stop beefing with each other. Eventually this led to one of the reincarnations known as Hashirama and Madara, and they were both leaders of the Senju and Uchiha clan that Ashura and Indra had started many 100 years prior. They came together and they became the Leaf Village. You would think at this point, right, that Ashura's wish was granted and that him and Indra would no longer beef with each other because their descendants had come together, stopped their clans from fighting, and started a whole village together. Well, no, because Indra's descendant, known as Madara, decided to BS around, let himself get manipulated for over 100 years, attempt to kill Hashirama, attempt to destroy the Leaf Village, and all of this led to Kaguya coming back, which led to the next descendants after Madara and Hashirama having to come together, Naruto and Sasuke, after all of their drama got squashed, and they had to come together to defeat Kaguya once again. They came together, they took care of Madara and his BS, stopped the God Tree, stopped the Infinite Tsukuyomi, they stopped Kaguya from successfully screwing over Madara and manipulating him into bringing her back to life by defeating and sealing Kaguya once again. But what they didn't know is all the BS that Kaguya did when she ate the God Tree is now catching up to her and them. So now the Osukis are coming back because they were looking for Kaguya, and now they want to basically destroy the ninja world that Hagoromo and Hiromo had built so many years ago, and they want to absorb its chakra powers, all because Kaguya came there and led them there through her actions. So now, 3 Osukis came to Earth in order to not only harvest the planet, but to snatch up a couple vessels for their God trees. So adult Naruto, Sasuke, and their kids are basically being forced to take on the whole Osuki planet by themselves, while also figuring out what they're gonna do about Naruto's own son Boruto, who has been infested with Osuki, who's now basically his son's own Jinchuriki, and Naruto has a stepson named Kawaku who's also dealing with the exact same issue. And they got to do all of this before all of these weird clans that are hanging around the Naruto world come and try to pull up to destroy the Leaf Village, and the Morisukis pull up in order to take down the Naruto world as we know it because of all the BS that Kaguya has done so far. Let me know if you enjoyed it, Pizza People. Let me know if I got most of the information right. Let me know what I missed. Let me know what I didn't get. And let me know how I can improve on the series, because if it does well, I may make another part. But let me know. My name is Time Pizza, and I will see you Pizza People later. Peace.